dad's a cool canoe builder and my grandfather's a cool canoe builder. But I like to go fast. The thought behind the Kahele was to make a boat that didn't have extra boat out of the water. In small water or flat water, that extra nose and tail that stuck out of the water, foot on each end, was useless. So we got rid of that, and we made a boat that was shorter, with a longer water line, which held speed in the flat, which was more manageable in the surf and more manageable on land, like picking it up, carrying it, turning it around, putting it on your car, fitting it in your garage, etc. So we gained all these things that were useful off the water, and we didn't lose anything for the water conditions that we were building the boat for. There's not really a boat built for women out there right now. Everything's big volume. The market I want to go after is the smaller people, which I called around 125 to 160 in bump, small bump. But we're seeing people manage it really well, up to 200 pounds, in small, like up to 2-3 foot waves. As an all-around boat, it's a phenomenal boat because you're getting flat water, you're getting headwind, you're getting cornering waves really, really well. Only time you got to manage is on a big downwind. So how many races are big downwind, and where in the world, right? And if you can get a boat that does all these things and you can manage it in the surf, you're good. I mean, we got a kid that's 16 years old. He's got phenomenal feel, and he got on the Kahele when we did some testing. He says to me, he goes, I tested all the boats and races. And I know with the Kahele, I have all my conditions covered. The nice thing about the Kahele is you have no boat out of the water. You're cut off water line to water line. So in small water or flat water, there's no extra boat out of the water catching the wind, creating problems. So it fits and is more maneuverable in small bumps. And I call small bumps anywhere from 1 to 4 feet. So if you're in California, it's perfect for you because you have this plumb bow, and that actually cuts the water really nicely. It's flat to small stuff. So you have no resistance off that bow in the wake. Where other boats that kind of curve up, the water line's hitting that boat a little farther back, you got a little more resistance on that, right? Those boats are really good for big water because that volume helps you in the surf. But in flat water, if you look at K1 Olympic boats, if you look at sailing boats, they're straight down, right? Water line to water line. If you look at all the boats, they are 16 inches wide at the top of the seat because your Okole's got to fit in there. That's why people have that wide. But as they come down, the rough water boats will stay wider at the hips and right at the water line. And that keeps the boat up in the surf, keeps it on top, but that also hurts it in the flat, right? The Kahele is 13 1/4. If you look at something like the Kahele, it's like 13 3/4. In a 1/4 inch in width or rocker or 2 inches, 3 inches in water line, to me, make a big difference. A 19'4" boat with a 19-foot water line. People look at the Outrigger, you have a 20'9" boat with an 18.5-foot water line. So you're looking at 6 inches longer water line in the Kahele than the Outrigger, and the Outrigger is a fast boat in the flat as well, right? Lighter people get in a big water boat or a boat that's made for surfing, then they sit even higher out of the water. There's not much water line, there's not much surface area in the water, so they're getting pushed around and bounced around, and they're not getting the speed or the travel in between strokes, and usually not the top end speed either. The Kahele has this high end top speed, and it holds that. When you push over a certain number, it holds it really easily. It picks up a little bump extremely easy, like boat wake, even wash from a canoe around you. It'll pick up small bumps really fast and drop in on them and stay on them, right? You get in big water, because you have that narrow beam, not much boat out of the water on the ends, then you have to manage the boat. I mean, the good guys are managing the boat in the surf. People like Jimmy Austin, Kai Chong, and myself. Kai Chong's a little smaller, but Jimmy and Austin and I are a little bit bigger. I drag my hand in the water when I'm on the bump. I keep myself high. And then when the wave opens up a little more, I let my hand out and then I drop in. Or you angle as you go on the bump. If you just drop in and you point straight down on a bigger bump with this boat, it has a lot of boat speed. It goes right to the bottom and it pulls. So if you hold yourself high, you can work it. We tested against the Outrigger, the Kahele, the Aries, in the flat water, small water. And all the numbers were really good and some kind of surprisingly faster. A 6 inches longer water line, 9 inches longer water line with a nice fine entry and a narrow middle of the boat like this has, then you're looking at a really fast small water, flat water boat, great into the wind, great cornering. If you're looking for a really good flat water boat or all around racing boat, the Kahele is, to me, the best boat in the market right now.